What's going on, everybody? Welcome back for week 13 of the NFL season here with Hit the Books podcast. We're excited to bring you all the picks and hits this week. Let's throw it down to Tyler Huffnagel. What's going on, Tyler?
What's going on, everyone? Happy to be back another week. See what we can do here coming in week 13. A lot of picks this week.
Awesome. Take it away, Mackie.
Yeah, we got a nice slate this week. Excited to get going.
All right, and without further ado, let's jump right in. Thursday night, Dallas Cowboys at the New Orleans Saints. We have the Cowboys favored at -5, the money line at 210, and the over-under at 47.5. What do you guys think about this one?
I don't really have too much to say about this one. Right now, I don't really like this spread. I'd probably lean towards Dallas as the team that's been covering this season. They've been having a lot of COVID issues this past couple weeks, or this past week per se. Getting -5 going into New Orleans. New Orleans got Taysom Hill starting with Simeon. What does he have, COVID, or is he hurt?
I don't know. I think it was a foot injury.
Yeah. Well, Taysom Hill's starting for the Saints. I don't know. I just don't have too much confidence given the too much confidence given the Saints +5 here in this situation. Game in a dome, Thursday night football. Give me the Cowboys -5. I could see them winning this game by 6.
Yeah, and the Cowboys got Amari Cooper back this week. They got CeeDee Lamb. They got DeMarcus Lawrence. They're all back this week, so they're looking a little healthier than last week. Saints coming off a brutal beatdown by the Bills. Yeah, I think the Cowboys turn it around here. Cover a spread.
Dallas is 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games on the road. New Orleans is 6-1 straight up in its last 7 games at home against Dallas.
Yeah, this is just a tough game. Thursday night football. I usually like the underdogs most of the time, but I don't know. Here, I just like Dallas here. Dak and Zeke are still playing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I just heard they had a bunch of COVID issues and things along those lines, but like you said, I knew they were getting Cooper back. I don't know. I think this team going into New Orleans can just cover the spread. It's not too big. I'm surprised it's not a little bigger actually, but I think with all the injuries, that's why we're dealing with this kind of spread. But
yeah, do you think with Simeon or with Taysom Hill they're better?
I think they're a different offense. I'm surprised that Taysom Hill wasn't the starter whenever.
They never even gave him a shot.
It went straight to Simeon. I was like,
why'd they just sign him to that huge deal?
Yeah, what did he get? 5 years? Or they signed him to a huge deal.
For what? They don't even play him.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm looking up his deal. I just feel like whenever he plays, it's obviously a different offense because he's the kind of player he is. And it's like, I don't know what Trevor Simeon ever did to be just like given that role. You know what I mean? Like,
he's never proved anything. I mean,
yeah, like
I thought with them signing Taysom Hill to that huge deal, he would at least be the backup.
Yeah, Taysom Hill signed a unique 4-year hybrid type of a contract extension that could be worth anywhere between $40 million and $95 million. Depending on the position he plays. Because he plays like quarterback,
he plays like 5 different
tight
positions.
end,
He plays special teams.
Yes, exactly. So I don't know what the point is giving him all that money if you're not going to give this guy a chance at quarterback. He's going to get his shot on Thursday, but.
Alrighty, and next we have the Minnesota Vikings at the Detroit Lions. We got the Vikings favored at -7, the money line at -300, and the over-under at 46.5. Minnesota is 5-0 straight up in its last 5 games when playing Detroit. And Detroit is 4-1 against the spread in their last 5. Lions lost the first meeting between these teams this year. What do you guys think?
Detroit's coming back home for this matchup. NFC North matchup. Pretty shitty division. I'm not a fan of betting on the Vikings as I did last week, and they kind of shit the bed for me against the 49ers. In this specific game, like you said, Lions 4-1 against the spread. Yeah, give me Lions +7. I don't know why this over/under is so high. I feel like this game can go under. I just both these defenses are ass too, so it's like I don't know. I probably won't be touching that over/under. I just feel like it's a little high.
Yeah, last time these teams played, Minnesota was obviously home, and what did they win in the last second field goal?
Yeah,
I think it was the last second field goal. I don't know why. It's a divisional matchup.
Minnesota's a different team at home. Obviously they play in a dome, and like their environment, their fans, like it is a tough place to play.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just feel like going to Detroit, it's a different matchup. You know what I mean? On the road, they don't have that same environment playing behind them. So it's like, I don't know. I just feel confident. Lions have been covering games 4-1 against the spread, like I've now said twice. And Jesse said, give me Lions +7.
Yeah, I like the Lions +7 as well.
Love the +7.
I think it should be 6.5. I think this is the kind of game that should be 6.5.
I think it should be like 5.5, to be honest.
It should at least 6.5. So if the extra point is what determines your bet.
Yeah, but like you don't really, I don't know, you don't really think about that.
I know, but you know what I mean. Like usually you'd be taking in a -6.5. You look more towards the -6.5 than +6.5. At least I do more towards.
Yeah,
I'm like
definitely.
with the odds of losing by 6 and not 7.
You'd rather have it on your side. Than
Yeah,
against you,
exactly.
obviously.
That's why I just like Lions +7 here. Worst case scenario, I see this pushing.
Can't agree more. Alrighty, next we have the Arizona Cardinals at the Chicago Bears. Got the Cardinals favored at -7.5. The money line at -360 and the over-under at 45.5. Arizona is 5-0 against the spread and straight up in their last 5 games on the road, coming off of a bye week this week. The total has gone under in 8 out of Chicago's last 10 games, 4 out of their last 5 games at home for the under as well.
I like the Cardinals here, even -7.5. I know they're on the road here, but coming off a bye week, they had time to plan for this matchup. I definitely like the better team here, covering 7.5 points.
Yeah, well, I mean the team, they have the best record in the NFL, right?
If not, they're tied.
Yeah, I mean if you can tell me I can bet on the team with the best record in the NFL coming off a bye week, I don't care if they're on the road. They're playing an inferior Chicago Bears team. Yeah, I like the Cardinals -7.5 here. It looks like it should be bigger, and it looks like it's going to go that way at -115. Looks like we could see -8 here soon, but I do like Cardinals with the points. Kyler Murray just continuing his MVP campaign, see what he can do towards the end of the season, but I like Cardinals with the points here. I don't have too much faith in the Bears at all.
Yeah, I agree. Bears, I never like to bet on the Bears.
Khalil Mack down for the year,
yeah, they have nothing really going for them.
Yeah.
Justin Fields, is he playing?
I don't. I think they're back to Andy Dalton.
Yeah, well.
I mean, he played on Thanksgiving. Nothing happened to him, so unless Justin Fields was out with an injury, right?
He was for a little bit, but I have no idea how long that lasted.
I'm getting you an update here. Justin Fields is questionable, so I'm going to assume that Andy Dalton's starting.
Cardinals -7.5.
Yeah.
All right, what we got next? All right, next game we got the Bucks going into Atlanta as 11-point favorites. The money line at -560, and the over/under set at 50.5.
The total has gone over in 5 out of Tampa Bay's last 5 games when playing Atlanta, as well as over in 5 out of the last 5 games on the road against Atlanta.
That's a tough one. As Mackie said, that under 50.5 seems tempting here.
Yeah, I really like the under here. Bucks put up 38 points last week. It's hard to do that back-to-back weeks.
Kind of agree there. Tampa's 5-6 against the spread this season, 4-1 against the spread when the line is double digits.
Plus, this is a divisional matchup where the teams have already played against each other, so they already have a feel for what they're going to see. It's hard to beat a team a second time by 2 touchdowns,
Yeah. Wait, so who'd you say you like with the points?
I like the Falcons with the points.
I think I kind of like Bucks with the
Yeah, I think I like. I don't know. It's like you said, it's tough to beat a team like in your division for the second time of the year by more than, like you said, 10 points. Obviously, they're getting an 11-point spread. I don't know. I can't. The Falcons are so bad. I had the Patriots in that game against the Falcons, and oh my God, that was free money. That was the easiest pick I've had all season, and I've had a couple rough ones, but that was definitely my easiest win of the season. Patriots -6.5 against Falcons. I'll just keep betting against Falcons. Give me the Bucks.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet on this, but if I was, just to give a pick, I would say Falcons.
Yeah.
Alrighty, moving forward, we have the Indianapolis Colts at the Houston Texans. Got the Colts favored at -9, the money line at -390, and the over/under at 45.5. Indianapolis is 5-0 against the spread in its last 5 games when playing on the road against Houston. And the total has gone under in 5 and out of Indianapolis's last 5 games when playing on the road against Houston.
I do like that over 45.5. I just Colts -9 is tempting, but there's so many big spreads for away teams this week. Bucks -11, Cardinals 7.5. I mean, I know that's not like anything to like think about much, but I like a lot of them, and I don't know, that's scaring me away from this one.
Yeah, I don't know. 9 points, really heavy favorite, but you're betting on an away team to cover a 9-point spread. I mean, Colts are hot. Texans are awful. Just got what was the score of that game last week against the Jets? They lost by like 10, didn't they?
Yeah, I think it was 17. No, it was like 17-10.
Yeah,
they lost by like around a touchdown.
Whatever it was, they didn't look good at all. Tyrod Taylor's just not good. I don't know. Colts are gonna win this game.
Yeah, I think Colts money line you're safe in any parlay, but I don't know if I like the points. Jonathan Taylor's been an absolute animal anytime touchdown. I've had him. I've had him the past 3 weeks. I think I've bet him anytime touchdown and with other people, but because if you take him by himself, he's like -210 at this point. I was riding him in the early on in the season, not as part of my picks. I just always take props and
Vegas caught up to you.
Yeah, definitely. I was getting him at like +110 early in the year, maybe even like -130 because he was the starting running back. But oh my God, now he's like -220. I bet if I look for this game against the Texans, I bet he's -250 anytime.
At least, definitely, no doubt.
Next, we got the Philadelphia Eagles at the New York Jets. We got the Eagles favorited at -6.5, the money line at -270, and the over/under at 45.5. Philadelphia is 5-0 straight up in its last 5 games on the road against the Jets. Also 5-0 against the spread in their last 5 games against the Jets. Jets 3-9 against the spread in their last 12 games, not playing great as of late. What do we think here?
I think last week really took the air out of the Eagles' tires. I think they had something good going. They were catching up to Dallas in the division. They needed that win last week, and they just deflated. They lost. They crumbled. Jalen Hurts looked like shit.
I had faith in them. I had them.
I didn't want them to win, but I really thought they were going to win. I didn't think the Giants were going to pull that off.
I really thought that 3.5 was a hit. I even if they would have lost or won by a field goal, I would have felt a lot more better about it. They're just losing outright. They look terrible.
Unreal. They look so bad. But yeah, I don't really think they're going to bounce back very well here.
I like Jets. If this goes to 7, I love Jets.
Yeah, I really like the Jets here too.
In New York, cold weather in New York. Yeah, I like the Jets.
Eagles losing back-to-back weeks in East Rutherford.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. I like it. Jets +7.
Yeah, I just can't bet on the Eagles again. Done with the Eagles.
We're burning a lot of bridges with teams.
Yeah. We just don't like a lot of teams. Fuck the Panthers. Fuck the Vikings.
Fuck the Eagles.
It was the Raiders for a little bit. I'm back on the Raiders, but
yeah, we made up with it.
Yeah, we're back with the Raiders. We're cool with the Raiders.
Steelers
are there. If I wasn't a Steeler, I can't bet on the Steelers anymore. I'm a Steelers fan. You can't bet on them anymore.
No shot.
Alrighty, next we have the Los Angeles Chargers at the Cincinnati Bengals. Got the Bengals favorited at -3, the money line at -166, and the over/under at 50.5. The total's gone under in 5 out of the Chargers' last 5 games against Cincinnati, as well as under in 4 out of their last 5 games on the road. Bengals 3-2 straight up at home this year. Could this possibly be a pre-look at the AFC wildcard matchup of this year?
Yes, this could.
These two teams are just so unpredictable.
I don't know. I could also see the Chargers falling off and not making the playoffs by losing games like this. Like this, a game they should win. Not should win. Like saying that the Bengals are a bad team. Bengals are what 7-4.
Yeah, they're actually.
Yeah, Bengals are a legit team, but Chargers need to win games like this. They've lost a lot of games that they should have won early on in the year. So at this point in the season, going into Week 13, you go into Cincinnati, which at the beginning of the year, every Chargers fan was probably looking at this game as a big W, not expecting much out of the Bengals this year.
Yeah.
Steelers, I expected both Bengals games to be a win. We just got swept by the Bengals, so Bengals are making a lot of people, look
Eat their
twice at who
words.
they are. Yeah, like they're a legit team. Even me, like I said, they have a terrible defense. Their defense is like they're winning games, but when they win games, they're scoring a lot of points. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
last week wasn't a good example. Winning, what would they win? 41-10 against the Steelers. Like Steelers only scored 10. Their defense looked good then, obviously, but Ben helped out a lot with that.
Yeah, Ben was just throwing it to him.
So I don't know. I like the Bengals here -3.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a game where you either look back at the Chargers and say that's where they made the playoffs.
Exactly.
Or that's the reason.
This is this is a huge turning point in the Charger season. If they want to be a legit playoff team, or get that bubble team that needs teams to lose at the end of the season, like
dude, the AFC is way too close right now.
yeah,
Like 6 and 5.
especially a conference matchup like this where you can gain ground on someone. Like the Bengals aren't locked in for their division yet. Like I'm not saying the Steelers are in it, but I mean, you still got the Ravens to deal with and the Browns. I mean, if these two teams can get on any type of win streak and the Bengals lose games like this, it can go the complete other way for the Bengals.
Yeah, Bengals can't get comfortable either. They're
Exactly.
actually not even in first.
Both
place
of these
right now,
teams, this is kind of a must-win for both teams. It's not a divisional
definitely
matchup
way more for the Chargers, but
Yeah.
Cincinnati needs this one just as well.
as bad. Plus, they're at home. They should win this game. So that's why they get the field goal favorite. This is the game of the week where it's just such an even matchup. The home team gets the field goal.
Well, this is just the Chargers. This is just what they do.
Yeah,
They lose these games.
they lose these games.
They lose these games, so
Or they lose by 2.
I don't think that's going to change. So
Yeah.
Bengals money line.
Yeah, I like Bengals money line more than the 3.
Can't disagree there. 166 on the money line for the Bengals. Next, we have the New York Giants at the Miami Dolphins. We have the Dolphins favored at -4.5, the money line at -205, and the over-under at 40.5. The total has gone under in 5 out of the Giants' last 5 games, and the Giants are 7-1 straight up in their last 8 games against Miami.
Miami looked like a playoff team last week.
Miami looks really good right now.
They're on a 4-game winning streak. Tua looks better than he ever looked. Jalen Waddle playing best football he's ever played. I mean, how often do you see a team that starts 1-7 turn around and go and be 4-7? Not very often. What are they? Wait, 4-7 or 5-7?
They've won 4 straight. They're 5-7.
5-7. You don't see that very often. They made a fool out of Carolina last week. Giants are playing well lately. They coming off a big win against the Eagles. I still think the Dolphins cover here at home.
Yeah, I think I was just gonna say that. I do think even though the Giants have been playing good of late, I like the Dolphins. I think this could be a little bit bigger spread, but 4.5. They're like you said, they're just not a good team. The record says they're not a good team. They're hot right now, so I'm not gonna fade them. So especially betting when you tell me I'm fading a hot team and my money's on the Giants. So
Well, I actually really like that over/under too. 40.5. It's low.
I have something
here,
about that
Jesse.
over-under. Both of these offenses are averaging less than 20 points a game this season.
I bet you those stats are different as of the last 3-4 games. But yeah, I think they're two hot offenses that are playing well right now. So I think
yeah, I like that. What is it? 40.5?
yeah, it's 21-20.
Yeah, I think Dolphins can score like 27.
All right, next we have the Washington football team at the Las Vegas Raiders. We have the Raiders favored at -2.5, the money line at -142, and the over-under at 49.5.
This is a 2.5 point spread just because Washington's on a 3-game winning streak, and I don't think any of those wins are really credible. So I like the Raiders at home here. I know they've been in shambles as of late, but they're coming off a nice win on the road against Dallas. I think they can get a win here.
Yeah, I think they can string a couple wins together here. This kind of game at home, you got to win this game if you're the Raiders. They're still in a playoff spot in the hunt for a wild card spot right now. It's starting to look like the Chiefs are just going to pull away with that division.
Yeah, you saw this coming.
Yeah.
How long were they going to not win games?
Yeah, so we were talking about all season long, when are the Chiefs going to get it back on track? They got it back on track. They look like the team that they were or should be. The defense could be a little better. The addition of Melvin Ingram off the Steelers, that helped them a lot. He's looked good. He looked good for the Steelers, and he just didn't want to play his role. Like, he came here to fulfill a role, and he knew what he was coming to do, and he just wasn't happy, I guess. I don't know. So I guess he's going to go. He went to Kansas City, and it looks like he's pretty happy there, having fun playing football again. So I don't know, but I like the Raiders here.
I don't think that Kansas City team is still a Super Bowl contender. Still, I think that defense holds them back from being a Super Bowl.
They would have to win playoff games by Mahomes scoring 40.
Yeah,
Like 2 Tyreek Hill, 2 Travis Kelce's. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, if you have all those guys rolling, I think the Chiefs can win despite what the defense is doing. I mean, you definitely don't want to be giving up 24 points a game in a playoff game. So you don't want to ever have to hope you can score 27 to win a playoff game.
we've also seen Mahomes bail out their defense
Time and time again. So I'm not counting them out, but yeah, it's looking like they're going to win the division for sure.
The show.
All right.
Ravens Steelers.
Let's see what we can do here. We have the Ravens at the Pittsburgh Steelers at 4:30 on Sunday. We got the Ravens favored at -4, the money line at -210, and the over-under at 44. Steelers are 14-5-1 straight up in their last 20 games at home, 6-3 straight up in their last 9 against Baltimore, but Baltimore is 4-0-1 against the spread in their last 5 games on the road against Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh is the worst team in football.
Yeah, they're tough to bet on right now.
Dude, Big Ben, dude, how is he an NFL quarterback right now?
The offense looks, the skill positions look fine. Ben has looked terrible. The offensive line has looked terrible. And now we got a little COVID problems coming in. TJ Watt's not looking. I don't think he's going to play in this game. He's put on the COVID list. I don't know if Joe Hayden's expected back. Not a lot of things going for the Steelers here, and this is kind of where a lot of people have said this is where they make or break their season. Sadly, as a Steelers fan, I see it breaking. I think as a betting man, it kills me to say this. The smart bet would be take Ravens -4.
I feel like it's a lock.
Yeah, I think if me and Mackie said it last week, how I said it, mine was totally biased as a Steeler fan. If I just did not see them getting swept by Cincinnati, and like we were saying, that's so Steelers come off a huge win or huge loss, scoring all those points in LA. You go to Cincinnati, you kick the shit out of the Chargers, you win outright. Me and you were talking about taking them outright, not even giving them the points. And then this week, you literally just said it to me before we started recording. Come on, that's so Steelers to do that. I'm not we always say, fuck that.
Week.
I'm not doing it. Yeah, we said it last week. As a Steelers fan, take Ravens -4. It's a smart pick, but I'm waiting to see what the first half spread for this game is. I think Ravens could come out.
It's gonna be 3.
I think it could be like 1.5. Like a weird.
No, it's always over a half. It's always over half the spread. So it'd probably be 2.5 or 3.
You're right. It is always over half the spread. It's gonna be 2.5. I like Ravens first half too. Yeah. I like maybe a little Bengals Ravens money line parlay. Can you click that and see what kind of odds you get on that?
Killing your chances at this division.
Yeah, as a Steeler fan, that kills me to say it, but as a betting man, I think
you're just giving up.
I just think it hits.
You've given up.
136. I don't know. It's not that worth it. I think it's a hit though.
I think it's worth it.
I just like Ravens -4. As a Steeler fan, I think just take the points.
Fair enough. Can't argue with that. I also, being a Steelers fan.
Tough over-under. Didn't mean to cut you off. Tough over-under, though.
The total has gone under in 7 out of Baltimore's last 8 games on the road.
The total has gone under in their last 7 of 8?
Correct.
I don't like...
That's
over
too.
Under
It's
44. The Ravens.
It's too low. Yeah,
way too low.
Way too low. Because
Even if
I
it
can't.
goes under, I don't like it.
Because I don't think the Steelers only score 7 or 10 here. Like I do think the Steelers can score like maybe 13, 14, 17 points, and that's when I could see the Ravens scoring like 30. So
Lamar Jackson threw 4 interceptions last week.
Yeah,
and still won the game.
That was crazy. But yeah, this next game, what were you going to say about this game? I thought you were going to say something when I cut you off. All right. Next game, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars going into LA facing the LA Rams. Jaguars are going to be a +13 underdog, +490 on the money line. Over under sitting at 47.5. I don't know. Rams are terrible.
This is way too high of a spread for a Rams team.
A team that hasn't won a game in a month.
Dude, they're the most overrated team in football, and they're still overrated, clearly. Just because they're in LA, but
yeah.
I don't want to bet on the Jags because they're awful, but this is way too high of a spread.
Yeah, I agree. I won't take it, but Jags +13.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a tough one. Like you said, Rams playing terrible as of lately. Jags just a bad team overall. The trends I got, though, are just don't want to read them. The Rams are 5-0 against the spread in their last 5 against Jacksonville. 4-1 straight up in their last 5 against Jacksonville. So I see the Rams winning this game, I think. But,
Yeah, I
do.
do. I do think
and you don't take a 670 money line. So.
Yeah, I do. I don't think the Rams lose this game. So, with how bad they've been lately, they're gonna get things back on track as far as a win. As far as a cover, I think 13 is way too big of a spread for them right now. Like for not winning a game in a month, they have to win by 14 to cover. No, that's not worth it.
Yeah, I don't see it happening.
And that's enough from that one. Let's jump into another 4:30 game. The San Francisco 49ers at the Seattle Seahawks. We got the 49ers favored at minus 3.5, the money line at minus 176, and the over-under at 45.5. San Francisco is 5-1 straight up in their last 6 games on the road, 4-1 against the spread in their last 5. The total has gone under in 5 out of Seattle's last 5 games, and Seattle is 9-1 straight up in its last 10 at home against the 49ers.
Every time these two teams play each other, I still think of the interview with Sherman.
Richard Sherman.
Yeah.
Sorry ass receiver like Crabtree.
Try me with a sorry, dude. That interview was so funny.
Yeah, well, his reign didn't last very long.
Yeah.
When was the last time you heard his name?
After he left Seattle, he was done.
Yeah. I love San Francisco minus 3.5 here. I love them. I think the Seahawks look like absolute shit. I also really like the under.
It looks like it's gonna go to 3, minus 3.
Yeah.
I mean, 3.5 is 3, same thing. You're just gonna push.
But that's a big push.
Yeah.
But the under 45.5 here, I really like. I don't think the Niners are one of the most offensive heavy teams in the league, and the Seahawks haven't been doing anything lately. That offensive line is
Niners are
really
a fun
hard
team to
work
watch.
with.
As a Seahawks fan, I will say I'll be watching this game, but actually, I don't know.
lie,
It's on the same time as the Steeler game. I don't know what I'll be watching. Probably Steeler game, but once the Steelers are down like 21-0 at half, I'll probably flick to this. I like 49ers minus 3.5. But when it goes to 3, I mean, like you said, that's a big push. So I will wait for the 3, but I do anticipate that going to 3, and I like 49ers.
I like that as well. I'm going to have 49ers on my card probably. I think that's a solid pick this week.
Oh, Russ at home, though. Russ at home. I don't know. That's tough.
I don't know. It might make that difference, that 3 versus 3.5.
Clearly all the money's going for Seattle if it's shifting towards going to plus 3.
Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Denver Broncos in Kansas City. We have the Chiefs favored it at minus 10. The money line at minus 460 and the over-under at 47.5. Sunday night prime time. Under is 9-2 in Denver's last 11. Chiefs are 2-10 against the spread in their last 12 at home. And Chiefs failed to cover 4 straight as the double-digit favorite.
Too many points.
Sunday night underdog didn't hit last week.
It did not, but I took it, and it disappointed me.
You had Browns?
Yeah, but they should have.
That field goal was fucked. They didn't even need to kick it. They could have ran the clock out the whole game.
I thought they were going to.
That's what the announcer said. Collinsworth was saying, and they have enough time to run the clock out.
You can
run the clock out.
Made me so mad. Whatever.
Would they kick it on 2nd down? Or they didn't kick it on 4th down.
I don't know what it was. All I know is that Justin Tucker just dropped his cock.
I knew he wasn't missing that.
Yeah, of course not. He hasn't missed one all season, I don't think.
Fuck, that was a terrible hit.
Whatever. That was
It's hit every week but 2.
That was Vegas telling Justin Tucker to kick the fucking ball.
Yeah.
But
that's now what hit every week but 2.
Yeah.
That week, and what did it hit? Miss.
It missed like week 1 because it was like Rams versus the Bears, and the Rams blew them out.
You're right.
I think that's
you are 100%
exactly
right.
What it was.
It was 7.5 point spread, and they won by 14.
Yeah, no, they won by 30, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Alrighty, and final slate this week, Monday, prime time, the New England Patriots at the Buffalo Bills. We have the Bills favored at minus 2.5, the money line at minus 152, the over-under at 43.5, money line at plus 128 for the Patriots. What do we think here with the Patriots being 5-0 on the road this season and 5-0 against the spread in their last 5? What do we think here, gentlemen?
I think this is an absurd over-under. I think it should be a lot higher. Both these offenses are overpowering in the past few weeks. I think it'd be a shootout. Not a lot of defense, just a lot of... Bill Belichick knows how to get points.
I love the Patriots with the over.
I mean, you can't bet against a team they're the hottest team in football right now, hands down.
I'll just take their money line. 2.5. That's pointless. Give me the money line.
2.5 is not pointless. You know that.
It's not,
time and time over.
Yeah. Like I said, though, it looks like it's going to 3, so I'll probably wait for the +3, honestly. Minus 102? Yeah, like, it could do it right now.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't like the Bills here. I need them to win for my futures bet.
This is a huge game for your futures bet.
By the way,
this is the one in Buffalo, too.
Yeah. They have to play again after this, so.
Yeah, but I'm saying this is the one they're home.
No. They have to win this. By the way, that futures bet is for the Bills to win the division.
Yeah. We can't just talk about that. No one knows.
Yeah, I had to throw that in there. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll have to check that out. I like Patriots at the points here, though.
I think this is going to be a great Monday night game. I'm excited for it. That over 43.5 is a little intriguing as well.
But it is
I just think it's
matchup.
so low.
Right.
I just think it's so low. Patriots defense is good, though. I could see like this being a kind of game where Josh Allen like shits the bed, kind of like everyone questions his MVP kind of campaign type thing. You know what I mean? Like 2 picks.
Dude, come on.
I know. I'm just telling you what I think. I don't think
the thing about over-unders is that I always think it's either going to be a 20, it's going to end up being like a 20.
20 points over? Yeah.
Or like 75.
Yeah.
Like, there's never like 45 or 46.
Yeah. And it always lands on, if it's 43.5, it's going to land on 43 or 45.
Yeah.
Or 44. But yeah, I like Patriots definitely with the points. I might have to play with that over-under. I like the over, but I might have to think about that one.
I like the over as well. And that's going to do it for the slate this week. Stay tuned for the team card as well as the individual cards from everybody. Stay tuned. Alrighty, and now it's time for the part of the podcast for each of our individual cards. No team card this week. None of our picks coincided with each other's. So let's start with mine. I got 49ers minus 3.5, Broncos plus 10, the Buccaneers minus 11, and the Lions plus 7, and over 42.5 in the Bills and Patriots game.
Alrighty, and for my portion of the card, I like Ravens minus 4 against my Pittsburgh Steelers. Kills me to say it, but I also like the Broncos plus 10, and I like the Pats plus 3 on Monday Night Football, and I like the over in that game as well. Bills Pats over 42.5. 4 picks, a little Sunday afternoon action, Sunday night, and some Monday Night Football. So hoping I can go 4-0, see what I can do. Bounce back week for me. Did good on Thanksgiving this Sunday, not so hot, but stay tuned to the Instagram, see what actually ends up on all of our cards for sure. As with a couple of these COVID cases and stuff going on with the Steelers, I'm not sure what I'm feeling about that Ravens minus 4, but for now it's going to be on my card. So those are my picks for now, those 4.
I like those picks, Huff. Me personally, I got the Bucks and Falcons under 50.5. I got the Dolphins minus 4.5. I got the Lions plus 7. The Vikings and the Lions under 46.5. Then I have the Raiders minus 2.5. 49ers and the Seahawks under 45.5, and then the Ravens minus 4. So I went heavy this week, but hoping I can go 5-2, 6-1, help my record out a little.
Yeah, I like those picks. I like all those over-unders. I like those. Alrighty, and this is the part of the podcast we get into some hockey talk. We have a guest joining us for some NHL talk. Former West Virginia Mountaineer teammate of mine with the WV hockey team, Addison Collins. Welcome to the podcast, my buddy.
How you doing? Great to be on. It's good to be here and talk about some hockey. I've been a part-time hockey player my whole life, full-time beauty, so I got a lot of experience. I know that we got a big game going on tonight with the Pens versus Oilers. I figured we should jump into that right away.
Yeah. Do you want to say anything else, or you just want to get right into the pod?
Let's start with you, Huff, and let's see kind of how you're feeling about this. I know that's your hometown team.
Well, you got a little bias coming here, so
Yeah. Penguins coming into this game a plus 106 money line on FanDuel. Edmonton minus 128 on the money line. You can get the puck line for Edmonton plus 190. Penguins plus 1.5 is going to be minus 240. I don't know. I like Edmonton here. I think everything's clicking for the Oilers at the right time right now. They have everything going for them. Draisaitl and McDavid look good. McDavid's actually just snapped that streak, but I don't know. This is a tough one to go for me against the Penguins. I actually like the Oilers to score the first goal in this game. You can get that at minus 120. So I do like any of those. But Oilers, like you said, what's their record in the past? How many?
They're 4-1 in their last 5 on a 4-game winning streak.
Yeah,
Like
so
that.
everything's
They're rolling right now.
And then they're going home, play the Penguins. Penguins, they're so inconsistent right now. It's just kind of hard to say with them.
I can't believe that over under 6.5. I don't know. I kind of believe
the
it,
Oilers.
but
Yeah, it's two good teams.
you're right. I'm just very interested in that. I don't know if I think I see it as being an under. I see a 3-2 game.
Addison, what are you thinking here?
Yeah, I'm thinking Oilers might put up a bunch. I know Jari's been a little bit hot recently. He's finally starting to, figure himself out here, but I just don't see, him able to, hold that down tonight. I know Oilers are, you have the two best scorers in the NHL right now, and they keep doing this whole McDavid versus Crosby kind of matchup, and Crosby just hasn't been it this year. He's only played about half the games, and I just don't know if he's going to be able to bring it.
I agree.
Yeah, coming into this game, Oilers averaging 3.75 goals a game, 2.95 against. Penguins scoring 2.8 goals a game with 2.59 against. And like you said, yeah, Jari has been hot lately. Going off, as you said, basically they lost in a shootout or overtime. I think it was a shootout to Calgary this last game, but tough game against Montreal. That loss, they looked bad. Third period got out of hand. It was 1-0 for a while. Me and Jesse were at that game, and we got in the third period, and all of a sudden I look at the score and it's 6-3. So, but before that, Jari was rolling. I mean, we were winning. We won 1-0 against the Islanders, 4-1 against Vancouver, 3-1 in Winnipeg. So, I mean, this team's capable of winning games whenever everyone's out and counting them out. But in this specific game, I just think I think the Oilers are going to have everything clicking for them tonight. I can see like you said. I don't know. I could see maybe high scoring like
5-2.
I was going to say 5-2, 4-1.
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that 4-1 kind of look as well. I think they might pop one in, but I know I believe they're without Rust tonight, so that's one of their top scorers. I could see maybe Crosby finally putting one in here after not doing anything for a while. So only time will tell.
Yeah, I do think Crosby could get one here. Brian Rust is on the injured reserve. Simone's day-to-day, and Brian Boyle is going to be out for this game. As far as the Oilers, Duncan Keith's still out on the injured reserve, and Cody Ceci, the former Penguin, is going to be out for this game. So, I don't know. I just, as a Penguin fan, I do like the Oilers here. So, I think they could be a little more of a favorite, but that just shows that Vegas knows how legit of a team the Penguins can be, even on the road. So, I think if you can get, I really like the Oilers at minus 128 on the money line.
Some other news around the league. Islanders return to practice after COVID-19 pause, missing 2 games, scheduled to host the Sharks on Thursday. Looking forward to seeing the Islanders back.
Addison, how you feel about your Jackets? They have a pretty good start to the season.
Yeah, Jackets. They had a pretty good start. Their goalie's doing pretty well.
Who
We
is
signed
that?
him to a big
Merzlikins?
Elvis Merzlikins. Yeah, we signed him to a big deal at the beginning of the year. I think he'll keep doing what he's been doing. He has a pretty good save percentage. I think he's around 10th in the league in save percentage. I think our problem with their team is just they're so young. When you have those forwards that just don't know really how to finish, they have basically 2 solid defensemen. It's tough to have a consistent hockey team out there.
That's like the Rangers the last 2-3 years. They finally figured it out this year, though.
Oh yeah, they're killing it. That
they're
goalie
playing
they got was Shesterkin. He's up there right now.
Yeah, they're playing so well.
That's like I told you at the beginning of the year. I was like, Rangers going to be sick this year. And you said coming into
Every
this
year
year.
I say the same thing. I say they're going to be good
I
this
know what
year.
you mean. When you're a fan of the team, it's different. You're like, I know what's going to happen. All the hype's coming. We're just going to shit the bed again. But no, the Rangers are legit this year.
Yeah, they're definitely legit. Oh, make a run. We got any MVP MVP?
I mean, as far as MVP, I mean, obviously the two front runners, you got to look at McDavid and Ovechkin. If Ovechkin has a 50-goal year, there's no way that they won't put him up as MVP. He's just so old in the league now. He's still being able to put up those numbers.
Insane.
That's
He's
huge.
averaging like .68 goals a game, which is like his highest in his career.
And then you have the league blunder here, the Seattle Kraken. Probably go down as the worst expansion team ever. Grubauer is an absolute joke in that. Both their goalies are not very good. The whole thing was they wanted to build a team where they would be able to build up as the year went on, and then they looked at the Golden Knights and said, we don't want to just build a great team from the start. We want to have these draft picks and stuff, and it's really come back to hurt them. You look at how good the Golden Knights have been, and then you look at where the Kraken are, and two polar opposites.
Yeah, I think they tried to like outsmart the system, and it's not going to work out for them.
Yeah, they should have just did, like Addison said, exactly what Vegas did. They pretty much, like, everyone basically said going into this expansion draft, the same thing's going to happen. Seattle's going to get this sick team. The expansion draft's rigged. It's built to, make a sick team, which Vegas got lucky. They did get a sick team handed to them for no reason. But Seattle, what were the changes made? Like, I didn't think they made any significant changes. Was it just dudes, like, better guys were getting protected? Like, obviously, I know the Penguins were in the situation with Fleury where they had to unprotect him, but, like, Florida was in the position with the goalie Dreger where they couldn't protect him. They had to protect Spencer Knight and Bobrovsky.
That's why we're saying, like, Seattle just tried to they didn't take the best possible players.
Yeah.
They drafted.
That's why I'm, like, so confused. I thought they were going to be a sick team. I really did. I thought they were going to be, like, an average grinding team that's just, like, in that division. That division's not good. So they should be winning games. They're playing like Vancouver, and they're playing like, at the beginning of the year, if you would have told me you get to play Anaheim, like six to eight times a year, whatever, like there should be wins. Like, Anaheim didn't look good going into this year. They look like a complete different team this year.
The young stars are showing up.
Yeah. I think Seattle, like you said, they're definitely one of the, if not the worst team in the league. You can't count Arizona out when you're talking about the worst team in the league, but yeah, I do like the.
All right, Addison. So give me your prediction on the President's Trophy winner and the Stanley Cup matchup.
So the Presidents, I think the Caps might pull it off here and pull away. That Metropolitan Division's kind of weak. Minus the Rangers and the Hurricanes, those next 5 teams, they have quite an advantage over. But as far as coming out of each division, I think the Rangers might actually come out of the Metro and have to play the Panthers in the Eastern Conference Finals. I think the Preds might do it this year, go to the Western Conference Finals and play against the Oilers. I think McDavid's going to pull that off. But then I think the Preds are going to make it to the Stanley Cup, and they're going to end up playing the Panthers, and Panthers are going to take it from them.
Did you just say
you think the Nashville Predators are going to go to the Stanley Cup?
I'm calling it. It's a bold move, but they've been building that team for a while. They have some young talent that's really good, and when you have a goalie that's been doing pretty good, and he's only got room to grow, that's where we're moving.
I hope you're right. I hope you can we can clip this in May or whenever the Cup is and quote you on this saying the Nashville Predators at a plus 6,000 underdog to win the Cup.
Against the Panthers, nonetheless.
Yeah, against the Panthers. If you call this, I swear, dude.
I think Saros is going to have a big year this year, and I think
Saros is sick.
He's good. He's a good goalie. He's been kind of slow to get good, and I think this is going to be his year where he really shows his stuff.
Preds are plus 2,800 to come out of the Western Conference.
No, to win the division.
To win the division. They're 2,800 to win the division.
They're probably like plus 5,000 to win the Western Conference. They're 6,000 to win the cup.
Well, if you believe it, then you should lock it in now.
Yeah, you should bet that if you actually think that could happen.
I'll have to call my bookie up, get it on.
Yeah, that's illegal. You use FanDuel.
I'll have to punch it in on FanDuel.
All right, let's look at some of these cup odds, the outright cup odds. Obviously, the favorite's going to be the Colorado Avalanche plus 600. Then you got the team that you said is going to win it, Florida Panthers plus 900, Tampa Bay plus 900, Vegas 1,000, and Toronto 1,200 to round out that top 5. Mackie, who are you liking there?
Rangers plus 2,400. No, I'm kidding. They're having a really good year, but they're not gonna win a cup this year.
Both of our teams are the same odds.
That's ridiculous.
We're tied with the Jets. That's
Fuck the
just
Jets.
disappointing.
Fuck the Jets.
Caps plus 1,600. That could be a good bet.
I don't think Boston has any value this year.
Not at all. That 1,400's weird.
What do you think about Edmonton at plus 1,500? McDavid getting his first cup?
I don't think he'll get his first cup, but I think he will win that division.
Yeah,
I could see him going to the Western Conference Finals. Last year was so set up for the Oilers.
They just have to. They have to win a. They've never.
Last year was so set up for the Oilers, and they got swept by the Jets.
Yeah, they're not good in the playoffs. He can't perform in the playoffs. Teams learn how to shut him down in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's because he's the only player that they have to worry about, other than Draisaitl, obviously. But like, Oilers need surrounding help. They don't have it right now.
They don't have a goalie. He's their goalie. They've never had a good goalie.
Korpisalo.
Yeah.
Mike Smith is gone, so. They had Talbot. They went to Mike Smith.
Yeah.
Korpisalo.
Teams up here I see no value in this season are Vegas, Boston.
Why not Vegas? Vegas is injured, dude. They got a lot of people coming back.
I like any of those top 3 could win it. Obviously. But I don't know. Vegas was my pick at the beginning of the year, so it's tough to go against them. Toronto's not getting out of the first round. Boston, I don't think there's value in there. Carolina's another sneaky one, 1,400. That's tempting.
Yeah, they're too young. I don't see them winning the cup.
Yeah, they can make a run, but Edmonton 1,500, like you said, Capitals. That kills me. As a Penguins fan, I'm not gonna be taking that one. But honestly, if you want to talk value, either our teams 24-1. If you think any of those 3 can get there, 24 or the Blues, we're talking about the Blues. I didn't notice that. Like anything 2,000 plus 2,000 or more on a futures bet, if you hit that, like
it's insane.
It doesn't even matter what you put on it. Just the fact that you call that far in advance is just like, at least for me, I love being
Unreal,
like,
dude.
yeah,
Unreal.
I predicted that. You know what I mean? Like,
Addison, your jackets are plus 10,000 if you want to sprinkle that right now.
Yeah, I don't think they're making it to the playoffs this year.
You never know.
Jackets to make the playoffs. Yes, plus 310. No, minus 450.
no thought on that, Addison?
I mean, basically, you figure it's going to come down to that Jackets versus Penguins matchups when they play each other because, they're only a point behind. So, and Pens actually have 2 more games played.
Yeah, it's a little early in the season, though.
Those are some late games, right, Addison?
Yeah, I believe they're.
We always play Columbus really late in the year.
January, February, and March.
We always play them the last 3 months of the season. Addison, we're gonna have to slide to one of those games.
Yeah, definitely. I was talking to Jesse about that already.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We'll make it happen. Alrighty. And that's going to do it for us here on Hit the Books podcast. We're happy to have Addison here. We're happy to have a great week with the NFL. Looking forward to some good NHL games as well. Anything else to say there, gentlemen?
No, nothing else for me. Big week coming, week 13 in the NFL. A lot of hockey talk this week. I like to get into that. As all former hockey players coming from us, I think it's nice to switch things up and talk some hockey. So, not much else to say. Week 13, let's get to it. Make some money this weekend. Let's go.
Yeah, let's just hope we have a winning week. Addison, thanks for coming on.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
We'll have to get this. We'll have to arrange this again as we move later into the football season. Your Cleveland Brownies maybe having a playoff year.
Yeah, they really need this bye week.
Yeah, they do.
And that's going to do it for us here on this episode of Hit the Books podcast. Be sure to check us out on our various social media platforms. Instagram at hitthebooks.pod, Twitter at hitthebooks_pod, website at hitthebookspod.com for all the latest on Hit the Books. And be sure to always study hard.
Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.